just being curious about the losers. Why did it lose? Was there something I could have done better?
Hey, it's Walter here, and you're at the Think Profit podcast, where we're going to help you develop a rock-solid trading confidence and avoid the potentially endless cycle of system switching. Right, Hugh?
That's right. We're going to help you develop a wealth mindset, develop a trading strategy that fits your core personality, and help you overcome the obstacles that stop over 90% of traders.
All right, Hugh, sounds good. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do this. Hey, Walter, there's this... I don't know if you want to call it a misconception in trading, but some people believe that you have to beat your emotions in order to succeed in trading. So what do you think about that?
I don't necessarily agree with that. I think what's happening is people are confusing emotions with breaking your rules and trading on the basis of your emotions. So I think that's true. So there's the idea that you should take emotions out of trading. I don't agree with that, because I think it's nice to, you can feel good when when things are going well, and it's okay to feel bad when things aren't going well. That's part of life, man. I mean, that's, it's okay to be fearful when you're in a situation. I remember my wife was telling me she went into the jungle in, I can't remember if it was Uganda or somewhere. Anyway, she was on this grand tour of Africa, and they were going through the forest or whatever, and then they come upon the silverback gorilla, right? Ooh, okay. And the silverback gorilla was standing right in front of him. He's like, "Ooh," and he's like thumping his chest, and all this stuff, and like, showing that this is his territory and kind of back off, you humans. And she said, it was amazing. Like she never, like whenever you hear her tell the stories, and she tells it, right? And I've heard it many times, but she never says, I was scared that this gorilla was going to do something. Although I'm sure that everyone there felt a level of fear. Maybe the tour guide didn't feel the level of fear that everyone else. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of a thing that stuck with me. There was a famous trial attorney named Jerry Spence. He's written several books. I'll put them in the show notes for people. What he was talking about, and his books are more about how he never lost a trial. He was a criminal defense attorney, and he never lost a trial, right? And he talks about, in the book, he talks about fear and how when we have fear, we know we're alive. Like that's such a core thing of being alive, is feeling fear. And what is fear? Fear is just like you're not sure what's going to happen. You're standing in front of this gorilla, and he's thumping his chest, and he's trying to look all tough and stuff. And you kind of just stumbled on this, or you're, like I can imagine the same thing would happen if you stumble upon a bear in the woods, or for me, if I'm surfing and the waves kind of get bigger than I'm comfortable with, or whatever. Like there's always those things, and in trading, it's like, wow, I've had 5 losing trades this week. Am I really going to take another one? And that's all part of being alive. So I think you need to disentangle whether or not your emotions are causing you to stop trading your rules, versus are you just feeling emotions because of the normal ups and downs of your equity curve? So that's, to me, that's how I see it. So I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I don't think you can actually totally remove emotions from trading. Like even if you have an automated system, you're going to, have your ups and downs because the system's working, system's not working. And I think like you say, it's part of being human. So you might as well enjoy the good part of it with the bad, as long as you don't swing too far in one direction, right? Yeah, I think that you need to maybe control them a little bit more, but not necessarily eliminate them altogether, because that's impossible.
Yeah, that's kind of the default. It's sort of like the 2% rule, where they say always risk 2%. Well, some strategies are risk 2%. You're going to go broke, right?
Yeah.
Like Matthew in London, he has an 8% win rate. If he risks 2%, he will go broke. He will lose all of his money. There's no doubt, because he's beyond the optimal F point, that anyway. So yeah, so I'm with you. I think it's kind of like a mind trick too. If traders listening to this, if you get to that point where you can be like, especially if you have a low win rate strategy, if you can kind of trick yourself into thinking after you've had lots of losing trades in a row, hey, this is really exciting. Like, I know I'm fearful, but that's because that's what I get paid for as a trader. I get paid to take risks where other people won't. There are people who are punching in every day. They're doing their time, and they're getting the same paycheck every week or every month or whatever it is, every fortnight, as they say here in Australia, every 2 weeks, right? Yeah. So, and you're not doing that. You're a trader. Maybe you have another job on the side or whatever, but that's cool. But what's cool about what you're doing is you're embracing fear. And you're saying, look, I understand. I get paid for this excitement, for this fear. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen. I've had 5 losing trades in a row. I have a 37% win rate. Chances are I'm going to have another loss, right? You know I have a positive expectancy, and this is what I get paid for, this moment. And then pull the trigger, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's so cool. Like, one of my favorite quotes is, the Larry Williams story about how he won that trading contest.
Yeah.
And he was saying he was in a $900,000 drawdown when he won. Like, I think in November, December, at the end of the year, he actually lost. He would have won, but his record stands. You guys can look it up. I can link it up to the show notes if you guys want to check it out. But his record still stands. And I think his daughter has the second best result ever, which is pretty funny. Yeah. And she's an actress. Like, she's not even a trader, right? So Michelle Williams, yeah. So he was saying, hey, man, I'm a trader. He's like, look, I knew when, like, by August that I had wrapped up the contest. Like, he knew, or even by June, he knew that he was going to win it, right? Mm-hmm. And he could just kick back, not take any more trades. He's like, hey, man, I'm a trader. I'm going to keep taking my signals. You know what I mean? Like, it's awesome. Like, I think it's really cool that he's decided, this is what I'm going to do, because even though I could just say, oh, there, I won, game over, I kept going. And when he kept going, it even put him down from 1.9 million to 1.1 million. He lost that 900 grand or whatever it was the last month or month and a half, because he decided, hey, I'm going to trade. If I get a signal, I take it,
Hey there, I hope you're finding this episode useful. I just wanted to let you know that Walter and I give away something valuable every month that helps traders improve their skills. You can enter to win by simply leaving an iTunes review and leaving a comment on our YouTube videos. At the end of each month, we'll look at the comments and reviews from the month, and we'll pick a winner at random. Each comment and each review counts for 1 entry during the month that it's submitted. So if you're interested in that, be sure to enter after this podcast is over. All right, back to the episode.
That's really, I think, if you can kind of mind trick yourself into remembering that you get paid to take risk, it's a different story,
Yeah, no, totally. The mind trick that I started using that helped a lot was just being curious about the losers. Why did it lose? Was there something I could have done better? And just being able to dig into that without any judgment or like fear of the loss or any regret of the loss either. And that really helped me out. But are there any other mind tricks that you know of that have helped you or other traders?
Well, the biggest one that I really like to promote for people is the execution journal. And I think for me, that was a game changer. Like the idea, and I'll explain what it is. So most traders, what we do is we go, oh, you got to keep good records. Oh, you got to, pull the emotions out or whatever. Like they say things like that. Or if I automate it, then the emotions are out. And like you said, that's all BS, right? Like you still turn on the robot. You still turn off the robot. Yeah. You still see drawdowns from the robot. You might be able to shirk the responsibility and say it's not me anymore, it's the robot that's doing it, but it's still, you can still intervene and say, holy crap, the markets are crazy, I'm going to turn off this robot. So automating trading does not take the emotions out. Yeah. You still have to babysit your stuff, right? But the other thing is this execution journal for me was the biggest game changer. So instead of focusing on, which system did I take, what was the signal, when did I take it, how much did I make, where was my stop, what was the R return and all that, and that's all great. And writing down, I felt really bad about taking the signal. It didn't look really good to me, but technically it was, so I took it. That sort of stuff is great, However, the best thing I've been able to do for my trading is have an execution journal where I actually rate my entry on a scale of 1 to 5 and rate my exit. What this does is it shifts my focus from why did I lose to am I following my strategy? And it's really weird to do that and to start rewarding yourself for having 7 losing trades in a row. But if you've performed your system according to its rules and you're getting 4.5, 5 out of 5 stars because you're doing a really good job, then you should be happy. And the only reason why you have drawdowns, the only reason why you have losing streaks, provided that your strategy actually makes money, of course, and presumably we tested that, we have a pretty good idea, we have a handle on that, it's because of bad luck. So all of a sudden you're letting go and you're saying, bad luck has given me a losing streak. I can see I'm executing according to my plan. So, you know what I mean? It's a different way to look at trading instead of, because it's so easy to change things up because you have a losing streak and go, oh, well, I see here if I would have added the stochastic, then I would have, missed out on, you know what I mean? Like that's how you go down the slippery slope, man. Like that's terrible, right? So yeah.
Yeah, it's all about focusing on the process, right? Not necessarily the result, but the process.
That's a great way of putting it. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, exactly what you said. Focus on the process. Focus on am I executing, not am I losing money? Am I making money? hey man, look, one of the worst things that can happen to you as a trader is for you to do really well on the back of bad habits. That happened to me. My first week trading, right? My friend convinced me to move in with him, quit my job, take my trading stake. We put it in our account. Second night, we tripled my money, our account, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that was Tuesday or whatever. It was Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. And then by Friday, it was gone. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like that was my story. That was my introduction to Forex trading in 2000. Like, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
20 years ago, I got into the game and it was all like bad habits, man, and not knowing what the heck I was doing. And so that was probably one of the worst things that could happen to me, because I saw that you could make money doing it, but I didn't know how. Because it was just dumb luck. Like, it was stupid. So execution is key. Focus on, like you say, it's really all about, are you doing the right things? Not the result. It's process. Like they say, keep chopping wood. That's the key.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Walter.
Thank you.
All information in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and is not trading or investment advice.